Hi there, this is Jordan again, and I decided to do a little more work on Project Workhorse here today. And I got all the pistons pulled out. You can see in those bores it's actually kind of pretty. And I'm going to hone it, but only a little bit because this is it's really light surface rust at the most. So that should be pretty easy and quick to get rid of. Hopefully I'm gonna stay on a standard factory bore 4-inch cylinder, piston. So that should save me a little bit of work, I should say. Now, if we roll this over, when I was pulling out the all the pistons, I noticed something about these main journals, or the main caps in particular, and it has to do with their bolts. Now, you look here, we got these two where they got like that recessed head to them, or whatever you would call that. We come into here, we got that one and this one that looks like the original one, but then there's this one and that one there that look kind of funky and different from them. We go over to the next one, this one and this one match, and that one, but this one's weird. And then we go down here, all four of these are the same. Actually, not even. They have different markings on them. This one says like TR on it. Well, this one's just an O. And that one's got a little H in a circle or something like that. And we come down to the end here, and these two match relatively. So that's like two, at the minimum, different types of bolts holding this crank in, where there's three obviously weird bolts on this assembly. And according to my uncle, he swears that this engine is a crate engine that he bought to put in his van so he could tow a trailer. He wanted the 4-bolt main. He was insistent on a 4-bolt main, and he had to have it overnighted to like a parts store of some kind. And when he got it in, and he just straight installed it to the van, didn't do anything to it. And now pulling it apart, he says it had no more than 50,000 miles when he was done using it. So it should be a relatively low miles engine. But, we had that really slacked timing chain. Now we got these funky looking bolts, and we got all this excess silicone on all the gaskets and everything. So whoever... Oh yeah, and there's that piston that decided it didn't want to be a piston anymore. Number 5 here. So that's like 3 obvious reasons, or 4, I don't know how many I said, that are like basically say that this engine has way more miles on it than my uncle says it does. Now, I don't think he would lie to me. I strongly doubt he would lie to me. I feel like what happened is, whatever the company was who bought it, he bought it from, remanufactured it and made it a crate engine for him. And then when he got it, a lot of the parts were still kind of used, and it might have been a higher miles engine, but they just kind of left things alone, like the timing chain and the pistons, because they probably looked good at first glance, and then they just put new bearings in it and then called it good to go. So I think that might be the story behind this engine. Still not sure. Don't think I'm ever going to know. Doesn't really matter to me. Just want to get this completely cleaned up. So I think I might pull the crank out in this video. I haven't decided yet. I am going to still go and remove this. Get the fuel pump drive shaft out of there because that's still in there. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull the crank. I'm going to remove the oil filter adapter thingy, and I'm going to just try to clean this block up as, generally tonight, because it's pretty late out. I can't bust out the pressure washer and start really cleaning the thing. So just wipe it down with a towel or something, and then tomorrow, if I have some time, I'll come out here and start pressure washing things, really cleaning it up, just to get most of that sludge off. And then a few days after that, I'll try to get like gunk or something and really clean this up. I have decided on a color that I want to paint this engine. A lot of people might think it's a little on the weirder side because, it's not Chevy blue, it's not black, or, big block orange or any of that weird crap. I want to paint this engine yellow. It's going to become, what do they call it? Daytona yellow. Same things that they put on the Chevy Camaros and Corvettes. I think it's a factory color. I'm not 100% sure. But it's going to become yellow. I'm going to paint the block yellow. I'm going to paint the heads yellow. If the intake manifold, I think I'm going to leave that aluminum just to give it a little contrast. Don't really want a solid color engine. Oil pan, of course, is going to stay black because that's what everybody, that's just it comes in, and I'm not going to paint that. I'm not going to reuse the chrome pan that came on it because, one, it's got some pretty bad dents in it. Two, I don't know if it's going to fit in the truck I plan to use it for. And three, it's filthy, and I'm not painting chrome because it's not staying chrome if I were to reuse it. So, that was quite a bit of rambling. Hope that didn't really bore anybody. But I think, I'm going to go ahead and just disassemble this the rest of the way so maybe we can look at the main bearings. I'm going to buy a new bolt kit for the bottom of the engine no matter what. I'm going to get new main bolts. So, I think that's just about the plan for the engine right now. So, I'll put the camera down, get all this crap, the rest of this crap off. I'll pick it back up and show you if I discover anything interesting or not. Okay, so I got that all pulled apart, and I'm looking at this, and these oil holes in here look pretty good, except for this one here was actually clogged up with some kind of crap, so it's a good thing I didn't intend to start this engine up right away, how it was. The rest of these look pretty good, nothing looks beat up. I managed to scrape some of the rubber and old gasket off the edge here with a screwdriver. I pulled out the oil filter adapter thing, and the one bolt on this side was actually too close to the edge to use a ratchet on. I had to use a wrench. Kind of weird. I also got the plate off that covered up, that was for the fuel pump here. And the fuel pump shaft push rod thing was actually borderline rusted in here. I had to fight it a little bit to get it out, so it's a good thing that came out because I didn't feel like fighting with it. So that's pretty much it for the teardown on this engine. It's pretty much just a block now. So all I got left to do is pull out these cam bearings, that bolt, because for whatever reason it's in there, and then I just got to give her a real good cleaning. I'm going to buy new crank bearings for this relatively soon, and new main bolts for it so that I can put that all back together as soon as possible so that I don't lose any parts or misorganize these, because on the last engine I built, I actually got the main caps out of order the first time around. I didn't, not running it, but when I first put them on, I got them out of order, and I had to sit there and fiddle with them until I could figure out what order they actually came from, came in. And then I got those reorganized the right way. But the thing is, I don't want to do that again with this engine. I'm going to put these back. I got them out in order here. I'm going to put them back in exactly as order. And then the goal is I can clean up the crank, the caps, the block in general, and put the bottom, not necessarily the whole rotating assembly, but just the crank back in there so that I can keep things organized, keep it clean. Maybe I won't do it like that, but I kind of want to, because I still want to hone these bores. I got a lot to think about for this. Luckily, I still have a little bit of time before I'm really going to do anything with it. So, I don't know. I know this video was a bunch of rambling, but I felt just saying it out loud like that actually kind of helped me think about what I want to do. So, definitely going to paint this engine yellow. I think that's really cool. It'd be different. And I know for sure I'm putting this in a Suburban. I want a Suburban. I'm going to get a Suburban 2 or 4-wheel drive, preferably 4, can settle with 2. Want to put it in, want to get it, and want to use it as my trailer puller. I want to go single car trailer and just use that as my, truck and trailer combo, because the S10 is never going to pull a trailer, at least not a big one. So I need something that I can use for towing the S10 around when it's broken. So that's why this is Project Workhorse, so that it can become powerful enough to easily take a trailer anywhere I need it to go. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. That's what it is. Comment. That's the one I always forget. And I'll have another one of these for you. Maybe not too long, maybe a little while. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to record the cleaning, and hopefully that time I can put it up on a tripod and do like some kind of not frame by frame, not freeze frame, but time lapse. There we go. I could do some time lapse, hopefully. But there I go, rambling off again, because I like to talk about stuff. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. This is Jordan signing off.